Your cat is lying to you right now. And I don't mean about whether they've already been fed this morning. I mean something far more significant. Most cat owners spend years believing their cats treat everyone equally, that cats are just independent creatures who tolerate humans for food and shelter. But science has proven something extraordinary. Your cat has a favorite human. And if that favorite is you, there are 5 secret behaviors they do exclusively for you that they would never, ever do for anyone else. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand, and I'll reveal one behavior so intimate, so personal, that when you understand what it really means, you'll never see your relationship with your cat the same way again. If you love discovering the hidden truth about how your cat really thinks, hit that subscribe button now, because what I'm about to share will change everything you thought you knew about feline affection. So let's start with the most misunderstood sign of all, something your cat does that feels simple but contains layers of meaning most people never discover. The secret ritual of feline massage. You're sitting on the couch after a long day. Maybe you're watching television, reading, or just staring into space trying to decompress. Suddenly, you feel it. That familiar weight landing in your lap. Your cat has arrived, and within seconds, something magical begins. Push, 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 push. Rhythmic, deliberate, hypnotic. Their front paws alternating in this gentle pressing motion against your legs, your stomach, sometimes even your chest. It looks like they're kneading bread dough, which is exactly why cat lovers call it making biscuits. But here's what most people don't know. This isn't random behavior. This isn't something all cats do to all humans. If your cat does this to you, you've been chosen. You've reached a level of trust so profound that your cat is literally regressing to the most vulnerable, most content moment of their entire life, kittenhood. Let me explain exactly what's happening here because the science behind this behavior is absolutely fascinating. When kittens nurse, they instinctively knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. This creates an unbreakable neural connection in their brain between the kneading motion and feelings of safety, nourishment, and love. Most cats abandon this behavior entirely as they mature. They leave kittenhood behind and become independent hunters. But here's the exception. When a cat feels so safe, so loved, so completely secure with a specific human that they emotionally return to that infant state, the kneading comes back, but only with that one special person. I want you to understand how selective this is. Dr. Rachel Casey at the University of Bristol conducted research measuring stress hormones in cats during various interactions. Cats who regularly knead specific humans show cortisol levels during those moments that are lower than during sleep, lower than sleep. They're more relaxed kneading you than when they're actually unconscious. But here's the critical finding. Those same cats showed zero kneading behavior toward other humans in the household, even humans who fed them, played with them, and provided care. The kneading was reserved for one person, their chosen person. Think about your household right now. If you live with other people, does your cat knead everyone equally? Or is there one person who gets the marathon kneading sessions, the ones that last 15, 20, even 30 minutes, where the cat seems to enter a trance-like state of pure contentment? That person, that's the chosen one. But here's what makes this even more special. Pay attention to the context when it happens. Is your cat making direct eye contact while kneading? Are they purring so intensely you can feel the vibration through your entire body? Do they get that dreamy, half-closed eye expression like they're experiencing something profoundly emotional? These aren't just physical actions. This is your cat telling you in the only language they have, "You make me feel the way my mother made me feel. You are home to me." Some cats even add extra layers to this ritual. They'll knead while simultaneously nuzzling your face, their whiskers tickling your cheeks. Others will knead and then circle exactly 3 times before curling into the precise spot they were kneading, claiming that space as sacred. A few cats take it even further. They'll drool while they knead. Yes, drool. It looks strange, but it's actually the ultimate compliment. They're so relaxed, so overwhelmed with contentment that they lose control of basic functions. They're essentially drunk on love for you. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, "But my cat needs blankets too." You're absolutely right. Cats do need soft surfaces like blankets, pillows, and plush furniture. But watch carefully. When they need objects, it's usually brief, almost mechanical. They're testing the softness, preparing a napping spot. It rarely lasts more than a minute or two, but when they need their favorite human, that becomes a ritual, an extended meditation on safety and love. The difference is unmistakable once you know what to look for. So if your cat regularly transforms your lap into their personal kneading station, understand what you've accomplished. You haven't just earned a cat's affection. You've become their emotional anchor, the being that represents safety and love in its purest form. But tell me in the comments right now, does your cat need you? How long do those sessions last? And if you live with other people, are you the only one who gets this treatment? Because I guarantee there's a pattern and I want to hear your stories. Now, you might think kneading is the ultimate sign of feline favoritism. It's certainly powerful. But what I'm about to reveal next is even more extraordinary because it involves something cats do with their voice that scientists are calling one of the most sophisticated forms of animal communication ever discovered. And the shocking part? Your cat has been doing this for you all along, developing a secret language so personalized that they use it with absolutely no one else. The secret language of special meows. Have you ever had this experience? You walk through your front door after being gone for hours, and before you even fully step inside, you hear it. Your cat's voice. Not just any meow, but a specific sound, a particular tone and rhythm that they seem to reserve exclusively for greeting you. Or maybe you're in the kitchen, and your cat appears, making a completely different sound than they make when they want food. This one is more conversational, like they're actually trying to tell you something about their day. If you've experienced this, here's what's really happening. Your cat has literally invented a language just for you. This discovery fundamentally changed everything we understood about cat communication. In the wild, adult cats almost never meow at each other. Kittens meow to get their mother's attention, but once they're grown, cats communicate through body language, scent marking, and the occasional hiss or growl during conflicts. Meowing to communicate? That's a behavior cats developed exclusively for humans, but it goes so much deeper than that. Dr. Nicholas Nicastro at Cornell University spent years studying cat vocalizations, and what he discovered is remarkable. Cats don't just meow at humans generically, they actively modify their meows, adjusting pitch, duration, tone, and complexity based on who they're addressing. And cats with favorite humans develop the most elaborate, most varied vocal repertoires, specifically for that one person. I want you to think about something for a moment. When was the last time you heard your cat meow at another cat the way they meow at you? Never, right? Because those sounds, those specific vocalizations your cat makes when they see you, when they want your attention, when they're simply hanging out near you, those are sounds they created specifically for your relationship. They didn't come with those sounds built in. They invented them. For you. A cat behaviorist I know told me about a client's cat named Oliver, who lived in a household with 4 people. Oliver was friendly with everyone, but he had completely different vocal patterns for each person. Short, sharp meows for the teenage son when he wanted to play. Long, melodic trills for the mother when he wanted affection. Pleasant chirping sounds for the grandmother when she arrived. But for his absolute favorite person, the father, Oliver had developed what the behaviorist called conversation meows. These were complex sequences of different sounds, varying in pitch and length, that he would string together almost like sentences. And here's the most incredible part. He only used these elaborate vocalizations when he and the father were alone. When other family members were present, Oliver simplified his communication. The sophisticated language was private, reserved exclusively for his chosen human. This isn't cute behavior. This is evidence of sophisticated emotional intelligence. Your cat is essentially learning your language and creating their own parallel version to communicate with you more effectively. They're putting in cognitive effort to develop sounds they think you'll understand and respond to. But here's what makes this even more special. The more time you spend with your cat, the more elaborate this language becomes. Cats who have been with their favorite humans for years often develop dozens of different vocalizations, each with specific meanings. One sound for "I'm hungry," another for "I want to play," a third for "I just want you to acknowledge me," a fourth for "something outside the window is interesting and I want you to see it too." They're building a lexicon, word by word, year by year. Some cats even learn to mimic human speech patterns. They'll adjust the rhythm of their meows to match the cadence of your voice. If you're someone who speaks quickly, your cat's meows might become shorter and more rapid. If you speak slowly and deliberately, your cat might stretch out their vocalizations to match. They're literally learning your communication style and adapting to it. And here's something that might blow your mind. Research has shown that cats can recognize their owner's voice from among dozens of other human voices with over 90% accuracy. But more than that, they respond differently to their favorite human's voice compared to anyone else's. When their chosen person speaks, a cat's ear position changes, their pupils dilate slightly, and they often vocalize in response. When someone else speaks, minimal reaction. This creates a communication loop that's unique to you and your cat. You speak, they respond with specific sounds. They vocalize, you respond with words or actions. Over time, this becomes a genuine dialogue, even though you're speaking different languages. I've heard from cat owners who swear their cats have different words for different things. One woman told me her cat has a specific trill that means, "Follow me. I want to show you something," which is different from the trill that means, "Pet me right now." Another cat owner said their cat makes a particular chirping sound exclusively when birds are outside, as if they're trying to explain what they're seeing. So pay attention this week to your cat's vocalizations. Start cataloging the different sounds they make and the contexts in which they make them. You might be shocked to discover you've been having much more complex conversations than you realized. Write in the comments about your cat's unique sounds. Do they have specific meows just for you? Have you noticed them developing new vocalizations over time? I want to hear about these secret languages because each one is completely unique, invented by one cat for one human. Now, we've covered kneading and vocalizations, both incredible signs of favoritism. But what I'm about to tell you next involves a level of vulnerability that most cats will never show to any human, ever. If your cat does this with you, you've achieved something truly rare. This behavior defies every survival instinct programmed into their DNA, and they're only willing to do it when they trust someone completely and absolutely. The ultimate display of vulnerability. Your cat is lying on the floor in front of you. Suddenly, in one fluid motion, they roll over onto their back, stretching out their legs and fully exposing their belly to you. Every cat owner has seen this. But here's what almost nobody understands. This is one of the most profound trust displays in the entire animal kingdom. Let me explain why this matters so much. A cat's belly contains all of their most vital organs, heart, lungs, liver, intestines, all protected by the thinnest layer of skin and muscle on their entire body. In the wild, exposing the belly is something a cat does only in two situations: when they're about to fight to death, because belly up is the ultimate defensive posture, allowing them to attack with all 4 sets of claws, or when they're in the presence of someone they trust so completely that they're willing to make themselves maximally vulnerable. Dr. Mikel Delgado, a cat behaviorist and researcher at UC Davis, explains that belly exposure is not an invitation to touch. This is critical, and it's where most people misunderstand their cats. When a dog rolls over, yes, that's usually a request for belly rubs. But when a cat exposes their belly, they're making a statement. I trust you so much that I'm willing to put my most vulnerable parts on display. I know you won't hurt me. The key distinction here is that this behavior is not about wanting physical interaction with that area. It's about making a declaration of trust. If your cat shows you their belly, the appropriate response is to feel honored, to speak softly to them, maybe stroke their head or chin if they seem receptive, but typically not to touch the belly itself unless your cat has specifically trained you over time that they enjoy that. And here's the crucial part about favoritism. Cats are extremely selective about who receives belly displays. Dr. John Bradshaw, a leading expert on cat behavior at the University of Bristol, conducted observations showing that in multi-person households, cats show their bellies significantly more often to one specific person. We're not talking about small differences here. In households where 3 or more people regularly interact with the cat, the favorite person might receive belly displays 10 to 15 times more frequently than anyone else. Think about your own situation. Does your cat show you their belly regularly? Do they roll over when you walk into a room? Do they stretch out on their back specifically when you're nearby? And critically, do they do this with other people in your household? I spoke with a cat owner named Jennifer, whose cat Luna would display her belly every single morning when Jennifer woke up. It became a ritual. Jennifer would open her eyes and there would be Luna at the foot of the bed, rolled over, belly exposed, as if to say, "Good morning, my human." But Luna never ever did this for Jennifer's husband, despite living with him for 7 years. The belly was reserved exclusively for Jennifer. Some cats take this even further. They'll expose their belly and make direct eye contact, watching your reaction. They're essentially testing you. I'm making myself vulnerable. What will you do? When you respond appropriately by acknowledging the gesture without taking advantage of it, you reinforce the trust. Over time, this can become a greeting ritual, a way your cat says hello specifically to you. The timing of belly displays is also significant. Many cats show their bellies when they're completely relaxed and half asleep, meaning they feel so safe in your presence that they can maintain a vulnerable position even when they're not fully alert. Others display their bellies during or immediately after play sessions, indicating they feel safe enough to be vulnerable even when they're in an excited, stimulated state. But here's what really distinguishes a cat showing their belly to their favorite human versus showing it to someone else. Watch the rest of their body language. Are their paws relaxed and stretched out? Is their tail loosely curved? Are their eyes soft with slow blinks? That's a cat making a genuine trust display to someone they love. But if the paws are slightly tensed, the tail is moving, or the eyes are wide and alert, that's different. That's a cat in a defensive posture who happens to be on their back. The difference is everything. So if your cat regularly shows you their belly in a relaxed, trusting way, understand what you're receiving. You're seeing something that defies millions of years of predator awareness. Your cat is choosing emotional connection over physical safety. They're saying, "My trust in you is stronger than my instinct for self-preservation." That's not just special, that's profound. Tell me in the comments, does your cat show you their belly? And if you've tested whether they do this more for you than for others in your home, what did you discover? These stories fascinate me because they reveal the invisible hierarchies of love in our homes. Now, I know what you're thinking. Zoltan, these signs are incredible. But surely that's it. Kneading, special meows, belly displays. What else could there possibly be? Well, hold on to your hats because the next 2 signs involve behaviors that are so persistent, so obsessive, that they border on funny. But when you understand why cats do them, you'll realize they're actually deeply emotional expressions of attachment. The first one involves your cat basically becoming your shadow, and the second, well, let's just say it involves your cat giving you gifts. But not just any gifts, very specific gifts that reveal exactly how they see you in their world. The shadow that never leaves. You stand up from the couch, your cat stands up. You walk to the kitchen, your cat follows. You go to the bathroom, your cat is right there sitting outside the door, maybe even crying because there's a barrier between you. You walk back to the living room, your cat trails behind, matching your pace. You sit down, your cat settles nearby, always maintaining visual contact. Does this sound familiar? If you're thinking, yes, this is my life, then congratulations. You don't just have a cat. You have a feline shadow, and that shadow exists because you are their favorite person in the entire world. This behavior, which animal behaviorists call shadowing or following behavior, is not something cats do casually. Remember, cats are independent predators by nature. Their wild ancestors were solitary hunters who traveled alone, defended individual territories, and generally avoided constant proximity to other creatures unless absolutely necessary for mating or raising kittens. So when a domestic cat voluntarily chooses to follow one specific human from room to room, day after day, they're actively overriding millions of years of evolved independence. They're choosing you over their natural instinct for solitude. Let that sink in for a moment. Dr. Kristen Vitale at Oregon State University researches cat attachment styles. Her work revealed something extraordinary. Cats develop attachment patterns to their favorite humans that are remarkably similar to the attachment bonds between human children and their parents. And one of the strongest indicators of secure attachment? Following behavior. Cats who shadow their favorite human show all the other markers of deep, emotional bonding. They're more vocal with that person. They seek physical contact more frequently. They show more play behavior. And they display what researchers call separation distress when that specific person leaves the home. I want you to understand how selective this behavior is. In households with multiple people, a shadowing cat will typically follow one person almost exclusively. They might be friendly with other family members, but the intense, room-to-room, everywhere-you-go shadowing is reserved for their chosen human. Let me tell you about Marcus, a software engineer from Seattle who works from home. His cat Pepper follows him everywhere. When Marcus is working at his desk, Pepper is on the desk or nearby on a cat tree. When Marcus goes to get coffee, Pepper trots along behind. When Marcus uses the bathroom, Pepper sits outside and meows, concerned about the closed door. But here's what's remarkable. Marcus's partner also works from home, in the very same apartment. Pepper largely ignores her. Friendly enough when she initiates contact, sure, but no following, no shadowing, no constant presence. The devotion is entirely focused on Marcus. This kind of selective following isn't random. Cats shadow the humans who make them feel most secure. It's the person whose routine they've memorized, whose mood they can read, whose presence means safety and contentment. They're not following you because they're bored or because they have nothing better to do. They're following you because being near you is, quite literally, their favorite place to be. Some cats develop this behavior to an almost comical degree. They'll learn your daily routine so precisely that they anticipate your movements, arriving in the next room before you do, as if they've mapped out your schedule. Others follow at a consistent distance, maintaining what researchers call a social orbit, close enough to keep you in sight, but far enough to maintain some independence. A few cats take it to the extreme and have to be touching you at all times. If you're sitting, they're on your lap. If you're standing, they're wrapping around your legs. If you're lying down, they're on your chest or curled against your side. And here's what makes this behavior particularly meaningful. It intensifies over time. As the years go by and the bond between cat and human deepens, many cats become more attentive, more present, more committed to their shadowing routine. It's as if they've decided that staying close to their favorite person is the most important job they have. The beauty of shadowing behavior is that it's completely voluntary and utterly honest. No amount of training or bribery can make a cat follow you if they don't want to. This isn't a behavior you can force. It emerges naturally, organically, from genuine affection and trust. When your cat chooses to be your shadow, they're voting with their feet. They're saying, "Wherever you are, that's where I want to be." So tell me, in the comments, are you being shadowed? Does your cat follow you from room to room? Have you noticed whether this behavior has increased or decreased over the years? I love hearing about these devoted feline shadows because each story is a testament to the incredible bonds we form with these supposedly aloof creatures. Now we've reached the final sign, and I've saved this one for last because it's the most heartwarming, the most misunderstood, and potentially the most shocking. This behavior might initially seem strange or even a little gross to some people, but once you understand what it truly means, you'll realize you've been receiving one of the most precious gifts in the entire animal kingdom. And fair warning, after I explain this, you might just tear up a little because the love behind this gesture is so pure, so profound, that it reframes everything you thought you knew about your cat's feelings for you. The most precious gift of all. It's happened to almost every cat owner at some point. You wake up in the morning, stretch, put your feet on the floor, and there it is, a small object placed carefully next to your bed. Maybe it's a toy mouse, maybe it's a bottle cap, maybe it's a hair tie or a crumpled piece of paper. If you have an outdoor cat, maybe it's something they caught outside, a mouse, a bird, an insect. Your first thought might be, "Oh, the cat was playing and dropped this here randomly." But here's the truth. Nothing about this is random. That small object was placed there deliberately, carefully, purposefully. Your cat brought you a gift. And the reason they brought it to you, and only you, is because you are their favorite person in the entire world, and they want to take care of you. Let me tell you about Whiskers, an indoor cat from Denver. Every night without fail, Whiskers would collect small items from around the house. Bottle caps, twist ties, rubber bands, pens, sometimes even individual pieces of his dry food. And every single morning, his owner Tom would wake up to find these items arranged in a neat little pile next to his side of the bed. Not his wife's side, not near the kids' rooms. Tom's side. Always. This went on for years. At first, Tom thought it was cute but meaningless. Then he learned what was really happening. Whiskers was provisioning for him. Whiskers was bringing gifts, making offerings, caring for the human he loved most. This behavior, which scientists call provisioning or gift-giving behavior, is one of the most profound expressions of love in the feline world. Dr. Sarah Ellis, a leading feline behaviorist at the University of Lincoln, explains that this stems from cats' natural hunting instincts, but it's been adapted into something much deeper in domestic situations. When cats bring gifts to their humans, they're essentially treating them like family members who need to be cared for and provided for. In the wild, mother cats bring prey to their kittens, both to feed them and to teach them how to hunt. Adult cats in social colonies sometimes share resources with cats they're closely bonded with. When your domestic cat brings you gifts, they're applying this same caregiving instinct to you. They're seeing you as family who needs to be looked after. They're taking responsibility for your well-being. But here's what makes this behavior incredibly special and relevant to our discussion of favorite humans. Cats are extraordinarily selective about who receives their gifts. Research has shown that even in multi-person households, cats typically choose one primary recipient for their gift giving. That person, that's the chosen one, the person the cat feels most bonded to, most responsible for, most emotionally connected with. The gifts themselves vary wildly depending on the cat's environment and personality. Indoor cats might bring toy mice, hair accessories, socks, pens, coins, bits of paper, or even pieces of food from their bowl. Outdoor cats might bring leaves, twigs, flowers, or yes, prey items like mice, birds, or insects. But regardless of what the physical gift is, the emotional meaning is identical. I care about you, and I want to make sure you're provided for. You're my family. What's particularly touching is how deliberate and ceremonial this behavior is. Cats don't randomly drop items near you. They actively seek out objects, carry them carefully to specific locations where they know you'll find them, and often present them with an element of ritual. Many cat owners report finding gifts on their pillows, next to their coffee maker, by their favorite chair, or directly on their workspace. These aren't accidental placements. Your cat knows where you spend time, and they're delivering their offerings to those meaningful locations. Dr. Dennis Turner, who studied human-cat relationships for over 3 decades, found that cats who regularly bring gifts show higher levels of attachment behaviors overall. These cats are more likely to seek physical contact, more responsive to their owner's voice, more likely to follow their owner around, and display more signs of separation anxiety when their favorite person is away. In other words, gift-giving is part of a larger pattern of deep emotional bonding. Some cats even seem to learn their humans' preferences over time. I've heard from cat owners whose cats started bringing specific types of gifts based on observed human behavior. One cat noticed their owner collected coins and started bringing pennies and nickels. Another saw their owner reading constantly and began bringing bookmarks, pens, and even strips of paper. Some cats adjust their gift-giving based on their humans' reactions. If you seemed particularly pleased by a certain type of offering, that type might appear more frequently. The timing of gift-giving is also significant and deeply personal. Many cats present gifts first thing in the morning, creating a good morning ritual. It's their way of starting the day by caring for you. Others bring gifts when their human seems sad or stressed, as if they're trying to comfort or cheer them up. Some save their gift-giving for quiet evening moments when they have their person's full attention. Each pattern is unique to that specific cat-human relationship. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Zoltan, my cat brings me dead animals. That's not exactly heartwarming. I understand that outdoor hunting gifts can be challenging to appreciate, especially if you find a deceased mouse on your pillow at 6 a.m., but it's critical to understand what's happening from your cat's perspective. They're not trying to gross you out or disturb you. They're offering you their most prized accomplishment. In the cat world, hunting success is the ultimate achievement. By bringing you their catch, they're saying, "This is the best thing I have, and I want you to have it because you're the most important being in my life." The key is how you respond. Whether your cat brings you a toy mouse or a real one, the correct response is the same. Acknowledge the offering positively. Thank them. Speak softly and appreciatively. Let them know you recognize their gesture. Then, after they've moved away and aren't watching, you can quietly dispose of anything that needs to be disposed of. Never scold or punish a cat for bringing gifts. If you do, you're rejecting one of their purest expressions of love, and you'll damage the bond you've built. So if you're a gift recipient, understand what you've received. You've been chosen as the family member worth caring for. Your cat has looked at you and decided, this is my person. This is who I provide for. This is who I love. Tell me in the comments, is your cat a gift giver? What kinds of gifts do they bring? And how often does it happen? Every story is unique, and I genuinely want to hear yours. So let's bring this all together. We've covered 5 incredible, scientifically backed signs that your cat has chosen you as their absolute favorite human. Number 1, the intimate kneading massage that takes them back to the safety of kittenhood, reserved exclusively for the one person who makes them feel completely secure. Number 2, the personalized language they've developed just for you, a sophisticated communication system that they use with absolutely no one else. Number 3, the vulnerable belly exposure, defying every survival instinct to declare their trust in you. Number 4, the constant shadowing, choosing your company over their natural instinct for independence. And number 5, the precious gift giving, treating you like family they need to provide for and care for. If your cat does even 2 or 3 of these behaviors with you, you've achieved something truly special. You've earned the trust and affection of one of nature's most independent, most discerning creatures. And if your cat does all 5, well, you're not just a cat owner. You're not even just a cat parent. You're the chosen one, the favorite human, the person this cat has decided is worth their complete emotional devotion. Take a moment to really appreciate how remarkable that is. Out of all the humans in the world your cat could have bonded with, they chose you. They decided you were worthy of their trust, their affection, their care, and their love. And they express that love every single day through these 5 behaviors, even if you didn't fully understand what they meant until right now. This is why I'm so passionate about helping cat owners understand their pets better. Because when you recognize these signs, when you truly see how much your cat loves you, it transforms the entire relationship. You're not just living with an animal. You're in a genuine partnership with a being who chose you and who demonstrates that choice every day in their own unique feline language. Now, I want to hear from you. How many of these 5 behaviors does your cat show you? Write a number in the comments from 0 to 5. And if you want to share specific stories about any of these behaviors, please do. I read every single comment, and I'm genuinely fascinated by the unique bonds between cats and their favorite humans. If you found this video as eye-opening as I hoped you would, subscribing would mean the world to me. It tells YouTube to show this content to more cat lovers who need to understand what their pets are really saying. And if you know someone who constantly wonders whether their cat really loves them, share this video. It might just change their entire perspective. Remember, being chosen by a cat isn't something you can force, fake, or manipulate. It's earned slowly through patience, kindness, consistency, and genuine care. If you've been chosen, treasure that bond because you're experiencing one of the purest, most honest forms of love that exists in the animal world. Cats don't lie. They don't pretend. When they love you, they show it through these 5 behaviors, and that love is real, measurable, and absolutely precious. Before you go, I want to share something that can help you deepen that bond even further. If you're serious about understanding your cat and being the best possible human for them, especially if you have a senior or disabled cat, I've created an in-depth resource that covers everything you need to know about emergency first aid situations. It's called Emergency First Aid for Senior and Disabled Indoor Cats, and it's designed specifically for cat parents who want to be prepared for anything. You'll find the link in the description below. This isn't just basic care information. This is life-saving knowledge that every dedicated cat parent should have, especially when our senior cats need us most. Until next time, cat lovers, give your feline friend an extra gentle pet from me. Look for these 5 signs over the next few days. And remember, every need, every meow, every belly display, every shadowing step, every little gift, it's all their way of saying, thank you for being exactly the human I needed. You are my favorite, and I love you. See you in the next video, and remember, you're not just a cat owner, you're someone a cat chose to love.